Good evening, guys. Today we're going to be reading two stories from a beginner's Bible about seeds. These are both stories that Jesus liked to tell people, and they were called parables. Our first parable today is called The Farmer's Seed. Jesus liked to tell the people stories. His stories had special meanings. One day, he told this story. Once there was a farmer. He went to his field to plant his seeds. He scattered the seeds here and there. Now some of the seeds fell on the path. The birds flew down and ate those seeds. Some of the seeds fell in rocky dirt. They sprouted, but there were too many rocks. The roots could not grow and get water, so when the sun grew hot on them, they died. Some seeds fell where there were weeds. The seeds sprouted, but the weeds grew bigger and crowded them out. Other seeds fell into good dirt. There were no weeds or rocks. They settled deep into the dirt, where no birds could get them, and they grew and grew and grew. People wondered about this story. What does it mean? They asked Jesus, and Jesus told them. The seed is the good news about God. The birds and weeds and rocks, they are like some people's hearts. They hear God's word, but they have their hearts on other things. They do not understand. They do not love God and follow him. But the good dirt is like the hearts of people who understand they love God. God's love grows in their hearts like a beautiful, healthy plant. Our second seed story is called A Tiny Seed and a Big Tree. Many people came to hear Jesus' stories. Jesus told stories about God's kingdom. God's kingdom is wherever God is king. And wherever God is king, his love will be found. There's him telling the stories. Jesus said God's kingdom is like a mustard seed. It is one of the smallest seeds in the world, but it grows and grows and grows. And when it is grown, it is one of the biggest plants in the garden. It is so big that birds come and rest on its branches. God's kingdom can start very small. God's love may be only in one person's heart. But when his love is shared, his kingdom grows and grows and grows. More and more people want to follow him. Jesus told another story. He said God's kingdom is like yeast. Bakers use yeast to make dough puff up. Then it will make soft, fluffy loaves of bread. Jesus said God's kingdom is like yeast. A woman mixed the yeast with flour. She made dough. The yeast made the dough grow big and puffy. God's love can start out small like yeast. It can mix into our hearts, and there it grows bigger and bigger. Soon we will have enough to share with everyone. The end. Thanks for coming to our story time today, guys. I'll see you next time.